Welcome to my Homeopathic Remedy of the Month series. This is a series where I'll bring you detailed information about a specific homeopathic remedy or remedies so that you can better understand the remedy and what conditions it can potentially be used for. As always, please note that the remedy or remedies discussed can be used for the conditions mentioned, but aren't always the right remedy for your specific situation. If you are a home prescriber but do not see improvements from the remedies you use, please reach out to me for a consult so we can get your health moving in the right direction. This month's remedy of the month is Hypericum perforatum. While you may not know much about it from its Latin name, you may know about it by its botanical name. This is St. John's wort. In homeopathy, Hypericum is known as the arnica of the nerves. So if you know anything about arnica, it's the remedy of choice for trauma. So how is Hypericum the arnica of the nerves? Well, any acute trauma that specifically affects the nerves of the body can be helped by Hypericum. Really, when there's any condition involving nerves, whether that's pain, numbness, and even mental conditions, even if it's chronic, you should still think about Hypericum. As a chiropractor, I know that pain is one of the most common reasons that a person might come to see me. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, knee pain, or pain anywhere else, pain is generally what tends to make someone seek out my services. So, Hypericum tends to be one of the homeopathic remedies that I find most beneficial to recommend to patients in my office. Suffer from whiplash? Hypericum. Injury to your tailbone during delivery of your baby? Hypericum. Shooting pain down the back of your leg? This is known as sciatica. Hypericum. Pinched nerve? Hypericum. See why it's one of the best remedies for a chiropractor to recommend to their patients? These are just a few examples. Now, in continuing with the types of pain Hypericum can be useful for, consider this remedy for pain after dental visits. Whether the reason for visiting the dentist is for a cleaning, an extraction, a root canal, Hypericum could come in handy for pain relief. I was completely amazed when we visited a biological dentist for the first time. She sent us on our way after the appointment with an envelope of arnica pellets and an envelope of Hypericum pellets to be used for any lingering pain after our cleanings. And it's not only good for dental pain, but for general sensitivity of the teeth and gums as well. Got hemorrhoids? If hemorrhoids are accompanied by sharp stitching types of pain, consider Hypericum. It can be used in a 30C potency by mouth as needed, or you can use Hypericum in tincture form, diluted in water, applied topically to the area for instant relief. It can be used for the pain experienced with shingles, both during a bout of shingles as well as for the post-neuralgic pains if they linger after the eruptions have cleared. In this case, I like to use Hypericum in a 200C potency every few hours as needed. Now, for an interesting tip, the petals of the Hypericum flower have tiny holes in them, like punctures or perforations, thus the name Hypericum perforatum. And as I mentioned last month, Hypericum can be used along with ledum for puncture wounds. So, the look of the flower can aid us in how it can be used. Again, Hypericum along with ledum make a great combination for the prevention of tetanus. And these two remedies can both be used for any type of animal bite or puncture wound. I'll link last month's video on ledum in the description below, so you can go back and check out that video for more information. If you've ever experienced getting your fingers slammed in a car door, you know just how painful it can be. And guess what? Hypericum is especially useful for these types of injuries to the fingers and toes. It's these areas of the body that are the most rich in nerve endings, so it only makes sense that Hypericum would be a great remedy of choice for this type of injury. Maybe you've had to have a limb amputated, and you're feeling phantom pains where that limb used to be. This is another instance in which Hypericum could be employed. Now, I've talked a lot about how Hypericum can be used for pains that you can feel. But it can also be used for other nerve issues such as numbness and tingling. These are nerve issues as well, and we know that Hypericum has an affinity for the nerves. So think carpal tunnel syndrome, residual numbness in an area where you just had surgery, tingling that lingers after hitting your funny bone, or even numbness remaining after an epidural. Hypericum is also very useful for the brain. After all, the brain is your neurological control center. Brain fog, memory issues, depression, head injuries, and seasonal affective disorder all may respond very well to the use of Hypericum. But we wouldn't use it if one of these brain issues were present on their own. More so if we see that one of these issues is a result of some sort of trauma. Now, in regards to potency, I like to have this remedy available in a 30C, 200C, 1M, and 10M, as well as in tincture form. The more severe the pain or condition, the higher the potency I might use. For example, if someone just experienced some type of crush injury or broken bone, and they're in extreme pain and on their way to the hospital, I may suggest using Hypericum in a 1M or 10M potency every few minutes on the way. And as I said before, if the condition is external, I would apply Hypericum in tincture form to the area, diluted in water. And back to the use of Hypericum for dental conditions. My twin girls just had Invisalign placed on their teeth. And what I did was I got a small amber glass bottle with a glass dropper. I put water in the bottle, and I put in Hypericum 200C, Arnica 200C, and Ruta 200C into that bottle and let them dissolve. Then whenever they had some pain from the shifting of their teeth, they took that bottle, they gave it a gentle little stir, and then they used a couple of drops right in the mouth. It worked beautifully for the first couple of days, and then the pain was gone and they didn't have to use it again. So there's another instance where Hypericum can be very useful. If you want to learn more about homeopathy, consider joining me for an intro to homeopathy class in the future. I'll provide that link in the description below. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer those for you. And don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.